Hi everybody, it's Julia here and I am here to use my fine and dandy. It's coming to a close. You can see all the papers lying there at the top. I'm going to do 5 layouts today, and what I'm going to do is 5 A4 layouts that I do when I scrap up about the puppies. So what I'm going to do is going to go, I think the easiest way I thought was to do, because I have 2 photos, one of the puppy and then one of the sort of a poster of which they are named after. They are named after sort of detective character, which I love. So I wanted to have that. So here I'm sort of like contemplating my grid design, so that is what it's going to be, and I just want to match that birthday candle with something. So anyway, that is what I'm going to do with all 5 of them. So it's a really easy way because I have 5 layouts that I wanted to make. I wanted them to be all different, but I still wanted them to be cohesive enough so that it doesn't need to be like, yeah, it's the same. So I'm using the Fine and Dandy, which I have done when I used all my puppy layouts, and I have a few sheets left, but not a lot. So that is what I'm going to make right now, all of these. Um, yeah, so sort of alternating. Some puppies are at the bottom, some are at the top, but yeah, and then I had such a good time. I could just stop thinking. You just mat some of the photo, put it down, and then that's done. And then moving on. Sometimes I think it's hard to sort of know how to embellish, especially when you have so many layouts that I do right now. You don't really know how to embellish it, but here I just, if I didn't know what I was going to do next, I just pass it along and then start with a new one. So it was a really fun experience, and I really like how all of the layouts turned out. They're really simple but fun and sort of feel like they go together. Of course, if you use a collection like this one, it's really easy. And a 6x6 pad, I mean, it's just really good. So the papers I have, because as you know, I have a little bit of a white cardstock issue, and this was done beginning of last week. Um, so the papers I'm using right now, okay, don't scream, but it's actually pattern paper that I've just cut down on the other side. Yeah, so that is why they're not completely white either. But yeah, so sorry if you take offense to that, but I was not going to use that pattern paper at all otherwise, so that is why I sacrificed it. So anyway, here you can see I mapped the photo of the little puppy, I mapped the photo of the detective, or so to speak, and then I put down something else. So it will be 2 photos. There will be one sort of embellished square and then one square for journaling. So it's really fun, easy to follow. And here you can see Barnaby, and of course he's from Midsummer Murders. And if you watch Midsummer Murders, then I don't know what you think, but I like the old Barnaby, not the new one. It's nothing wrong with the new one, I just really prefer the old one. So yeah. So all of these are actually TV shows, except for Sherlock. I took the movie with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law because, well, I don't think I have to explain that one. Okay, so anyway, um, of course this one is going to be a bit more blue because of the poster, but you can, it's sort of fun because the Fine and Dandy is really, first I was like, this is so girly, but it's really not. I mean, you can pick out the blue or grays, or yeah, it really is fun and easy to work with, I feel. So yeah, that is all of the papers. Right now, I'm getting into work. I took one ephemera pack, and this is from Heidi Swap September Skies, and I just sort of embellish a little bit. And like I said, if I don't know what else to do, I just put the layout to one side and take the next one out. And I think that is really easy. So what I would say, if you're going to make a lot of layouts at once, I'd say that use the same format, of course, have all of your photos pre-cut sort of, and then use the same paper pad and then use one ephemera pack. I felt that I didn't need a lot of embellishments. I could use the papers and then the ephemera pack if I wanted to, and then I just used some. I used a punch, as you saw, and then also some letter stickers. But for the most part, this goes a really long way, and because I use a grid design is so good to work with if you're going to do something like this. You can keep it really simple without it feeling like naked. So yeah, and also one thing that I do is I don't put a lot of adhesive on these squares because I'm going to stitch around with my sewing machine later. So that is that. um, so yeah, it's a really fun. I had really fun because yeah, I have said that before. So if I, like I said, if I don't know what to do, I will put it to a side and then move on to the next one. So here I'm using this paper with the little houses, sort of like a shape, yeah, with little houses, and then just a little flower, and then yeah, just it's done. Okay, it doesn't have to be more than that. So I did think later if I should add some like a title to either one, but then I didn't have, because in that case I would have wanted black thickers, but I didn't have enough of it. And honestly, I just wrote the name of the puppies that I have right now, and then I started journaling with the name that we had working with them. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I was about to say this one was a bit more tricky to find the embellishments, but then I decided to go with that blue and grey because of the poster, and then just it felt so easy. So yeah, if you are going to make 5 layouts in one go that is going to be cohesive enough, then yeah, I think this is a good method. Now, another thing that I decided to do was, um, because I wanted the square to really be like, this is square, well, not the square like perfect square, but you know, it's a grid. I decided to stitch. So I cleaned up my desk and then decided to go with a black thread. I always use white when I sew. I used black like once before, and I decided to go with black because it's a more like, this is black. So what I decided to do was stitch just straight stitching around all of the little squares, except for the photo of the detective. So in this case, it's Miss Marple. And well, I will get to that, but I can talk about it. I decided to go on the bottom and on the left. I would go zigzag, and then on the rest around just straight, and then like twice around. And I just took that die cut off because it was, I didn't want to stitch over it, so I will put that back later. Yep, you can do that. Okay, so here you can see zigzag on the bottom and on the left, and then I switch to straight, go around, go down, and then one more lap. And that is actually pretty much it. So I do that on all of them, and then I'm going to use Tim Holtz tiny label stickers to write the names that they have right now. So Maiken, Texas, Molly, Bosse, and Laban. It's all very Swedish name, except Texas. That is not really Swedish. Then I am just going to journal, and I'm going to, like I said, start journaling with their name that we had for like Sherlock and then Barnaby, and then write about them. So I know that his name is Barnaby by reading that text. So that is how I did it. I hope that you liked watching this little video. And I hope it's not too long. It's a bit longer than I usually do. um, I hope you have liked this little series with Fine and Dandy. I have really liked and really come to appreciate it, and I look forward to pick out more 6x6 pads later on that I think I will have a hard time using or a bit challenging. I think it's really fun, except the usual brand that we buy all the time. So I hope you have liked it, and I hope this has given you some ideas. It actually gave me some ideas what I can do later on. Hope you liked it. Here comes the final footage of the layouts. I hope you liked it, and I hope that you will be back soon, and that's a lot of hopes. And I also hope that you have a great day. Okay, bye!